the past 7 years, the Jefferson City Disc Golf Club has hosted a charity disc tournament on the Saturday before Super Bowl Sunday called the Ice Bowl. The Ice Bowl is for all disc golfers gutsy, crazy, desperate, or fun-loving enough to join together in an act of solidarity around the world. Regardless of weather conditions, the ideas behind the Ice Bowl is to have fun, raise funds, and collect food for the local food bank, and otherwise dispel the gloom of winter. Last year, the Jefferson City Disc Golf Club collected $3,355 and 444 pounds of non-perishable food for the Jefferson City Samaritan Center. The amount of money raised allowed the Jefferson City Disc Golf Club to be in the top 20 of 242 ice bowls held around the world, beating out such cities as Omaha, Nebraska, San Diego, California, Baltimore, Maryland, Norman, Oklahoma, and Des Moines, Iowa. Since January 2008, the Jefferson City Disc Golf Club has raised $16,603 and 1,387 pounds of food to this event. Not only has the Jefferson City Disc Golf Club raised money for the Samaritan Center, they have raised money and provided all volunteer labor to construct and maintain the 18-hole Joseph C. Miller Disc Golf Course at Binder Park. They are currently working with Jefferson City Parks and Recreation staff to construct an additional 18-hole disc golf course at Binder Park with the hope of attracting statewide and national disc golf tournaments. The relationship between the Jefferson City Parks and Recreation Department and the Jefferson City Disc Golf Club proves that a solid partnership can benefit not only park users, but those who are less fortunate within the community. Inspirational, wise, fun-loving, intuitive, helpful, good-hearted, dedicated, joyful, generous, caring, super fantabulous, sincere, honest, funny, and a wonderful role model and leader are just a few of the words some of her fellow park professionals have used to describe this Parks and Recreation professional. Mary Jo DeSu began her career with a degree from Southwest Missouri State, way before it was Missouri State, and quickly landed her first recreation position with the Missouri State Department of Corrections. She realized after a couple of years that she was better suited for parks than prisons, and went to work for the City of Fenton and Terry Whaley. While at the City of Fenton, she completed a degree in horticulture and worked in a variety of positions, including recreation aide, park supervisor, community center supervisor, assistant director, and eventually director of Parks and Recreation. While Parks and Recreation director, Mary Jo led the development of River Chase, a 71,000 square foot recreation center, as well as the land acquisition and development of 4 parks for the City of Fenton. After leaving Fenton, Mary Jo went on to the growing community of Wentzville. Under Mary Jo's leadership, the city has become a Tree City USA, passed the park and stormwater sales tax, completed a new aquatic center, and are well on their way to a new athletic complex. Mary Jo has always been very involved in professional, environmental, and civic organizations. A few of these include serving as MPRA Region 4 Director, MPRA Board Member, Chair of the MPRA Gateway to Design School, Merrimack River Recreation Association, Henry Shaw Ozark Corridor, Open Space Council, Chamber of Commerce, Kiwanis, and Lions Clubs. The state of Missouri, City of Fenton, and the City of Wentzville have all benefited from Mary Jo's expertise and excellence in the field of parks and recreation. As a member of MPRA, we have been blessed with Mary Jo's friendship, warmth, spirit of adventure, and her glass is always half full attitude, which makes her an excellent candidate for the MPRA Retirement Service Award. We are pleased to honor an individual who has had an illustrious career in Parks and Recreation. Mike Hood has served 30 years in the Parks and Recreation profession, retiring in 2013 after 15 years as the Director of Columbia Parks and Recreation. Under Mike's tenure, many milestones were reached in Columbia, such as the completion of the MKT trail that connects Columbia to the State Katy Trail, the passing of the ballot for the construction of Columbia's Activity and Recreation Center, the institution and continued renewal of park sales tax, a cooperative park venture between the city and county, the purchase and development of the lovely Stevens Lake Park, and the purchase of 460 acres of land to serve as Columbia's next regional park. He not only accomplished a lot for his community, but motivated by his self-sacrificing spirit, he has served in many capacities for our state association, of which he has been and continues to be a member since 1974. He has served as NPRA president, on the NPRA executive board as the NPRA conference chair 3 times, and as the chairman of the NPRA legislative committee from 1997 until he retired. He was honored with the prestigious NPRA Fellow Award and too many other awards, recognitions, and committee services to mention. Mike's staff will tell you what a mild-mannered person he is and how enjoyable he is to work with. They marvel at how such a self-sacrificing, modest, good, and pleasant man could rise to the top of his profession and accomplish so much. Mike's 30 years of service will be remembered by many in the community whose lives he has touched, and the results of his dedicated work will continue to be enjoyed by Columbia citizens and parks and recreation professionals for many years to come. With over 13 years of commitment to the City of Clayton Parks and Recreation Department, Denise Jasinski's dedication to customer service for the residents of Clayton is unparalleled. Through Denise's enthusiasm and integrity, she demonstrates characteristics of the ideal support staff member. Denise began working for Clayton Parks and Recreation in 2000 as a part-time employee. Shortly thereafter, Denise became a full-time recreation assistant in fitness. Through the years, Denise assumed a leadership role in membership services and now serves as an administrative recreation assistant. Although Denise's roles have changed over the years, her enthusiasm for wellness has not wavered. She is a strong advocate for employee wellness and is the point person for wellness activities for all city employees. Denise considers customer service a top priority and treats all patrons happily and respectfully. Every January 2nd, she is inundated with reservation requests for picnic sites, and her smile always remains in place during this busy time. Denise tirelessly works with residents, co-workers, vendors, and suppliers so that the administration of the Parks and Recreation Department runs seamlessly. Due to Denise's efficient and effective management of park rental operations, she assumed more responsibilities for the department, including rentals at our outdoor recreation facilities and other parks, all duties she gladly accepted. She is willing to lend a helping hand no matter what the task, assisting the welcome desk, leading the walking club, or helping at Cupid's Ball. Denise's enthusiasm for events and willingness to assist outside of her administrative role are true assets to the City of Clayton. To conclude, Denise Jasinski supports the characteristics of the ideal support staff member. The City of Clayton is lucky to have Denise as a member of our staff. From the beginning, Lynn and David Anderson saw a need for the creation of an off-leash dog park in Clayton. A need that had been increasingly expressed in community surveys, struggled to fit into Clayton's current park system, and available open green space in Clayton was limited. When over 4.5 acres of new parkland became available in early 2013, Lynn and David personally donated $50,000 to the Clayton Century Foundation to make the dog park a reality. While grassroots fundraising secured over $90,000 in total contributions, the Andersons' donation was the catalyst that moved the project forward, and the entire property is now recognized as Anderson Park. In addition to monetary support, Lynn and David lent their vision during the design and construction phase of the Clayton Dog Park. They visited several dog parks throughout the St. Louis area, garnering ideas and developing a plan for the wish list of features in Clayton's newest park. Since the nearly 2-acre dog park opened at the end of August, the Andersons have donated an additional $15,000 so that a water play area could be added to the park by spring 2014. During this time, Lynn and David continue to lead the community fundraising efforts for new amenities at the dog park and challenge other Clayton residents to do the same. The city of Clayton has already seen a great response to the new dog park and is grateful for the support of Lynn and David Anderson, who have helped bring the community's residents together, two-legged and four-legged friends alike. Jim and Julie Lundstedt have been actively volunteering their time to the Jefferson City Department of Parks, Recreation, and Forestry for the past 15+ years. Their volunteer efforts are twofold. First, Jim and Julie have constructed, installed, and maintained close to 100 birdhouses at Binder Park and along the Greenway Trail system. Several times a week, Jim and Julie will check each birdhouse for overall condition and health of the nesting birds. In addition, as a certified bird bander, Julie retains records and nestling abundance for the USGS Bird Banding Lab. Julie has documented over 2,000 young birds being born over the past decade in nest boxes under their care. Several bird species have made their home in the birdhouses, including tree swallows, eastern bluebirds, black-capped chickadee, and Carolina wren. Jim and Julie's efforts have greatly improved the park patrons' enjoyment in bird watching at Binder Park and along the Greenway Trail. Second, Jim and Julie are the lead volunteers and organizers for Binder Lake Team 1417. Julie and Jim coordinate and actively participate with the annual cleanup efforts at Binder Lake in cooperation with the Jefferson City Department of Parks, Recreation, and Forestry, Missouri Department of Conservation Stream Unit and Fisheries, and numerous volunteers. Over the years, the cleanup has removed home appliances, tires, pallets, and hundreds of bags of litter and trash from the lake and shoreline. Their efforts are making a difference at Binder Lake by reducing unsightly trash and litter and helping preserve the lake for fish and other aquatic life. The park users and park staff thank Jim and Julie for spending countless hours volunteering their time and efforts in making the Jefferson City Park System a better place for everyone to enjoy. Congratulations to Jim and Julie Lundstedt for winning the MPRA 2014 Citation Award. Gardening is a widely recognized recreational activity benefiting the participants and public at large. The Master Gardener program is designed to help educate the community on the joys of gardening and to provide information, education, and support throughout the community. The Jefferson City local chapter is known as the Central Missouri Master Gardeners and is 100% volunteer-based. The Jefferson City Parks and Recreation Department and the Central Missouri Master Gardeners have had a long-standing cooperative relationship wherein the Central Missouri Master Gardeners have donated thousands of volunteer man-hours to improve and beautify Jefferson City's parks and public areas, most notably the North Jefferson City Demonstration Gardens, the North Jefferson City Lewis and Clark Gardens, the McKay Park entrance sign area, the Carl Noren Missouri River Access Ramp, and the downtown Jefferson City streetscape. In 2004, the Master Gardeners acquired a $14,000 grant from the Missouri Department of Conservation to develop a garden area recognizing plants collected by Lewis and Clark during their 1804 to 1806 expedition in Missouri. Additional garden sections include Missouri river bogs, a children's garden, a perennial garden, a vegetable garden, and a compost area. This garden has become a hidden gem within the park system, and additional improvements are in the works for 2014 to include a conifer garden and a hosta memorial garden. To celebrate the Central Missouri Master Gardeners' achievements, a special month-long event is being planned in October. The Central Missouri Master Gardeners are deserving recipients of the MPRA Citation Award for their efforts in making and keeping Jefferson City's parks looking beautiful for all to enjoy. For over 100 years, Kansas City, Missouri has been known as the City of Fountains. Our 48 publicly owned fountains have become emblems of a shared passion throughout the Kansas City area. The City of Fountains Foundation recognizes the importance of our fountains and is dedicated to helping the city maintain these treasures. The foundation was formed in 1973 as a not-for-profit corporation with a goal of raising funds to construct new fountains, manage trust funds to cover maintenance costs, and increase awareness of the importance of Kansas City's fountains. The City Council endorsed the foundation in March of 1974. The Board of Directors for the City of Fountains Foundation works in partnership with the Parks and Recreation Department to operate and maintain Kansas City publicly owned fountains. The foundation helps to fund and secure endowments in order to maintain older fountains. Thanks to the foundation's efforts, new fountains in Kansas City, Missouri must have endowments for maintenance as part of their total financial plan. The foundation raised approximately $1.6 million since these efforts began. In 2013, the City of Fountains Foundation mounted an inaugural fundraising campaign, Wish Upon a Fountain, to address overall repairs and to enhance endowments for 8 targeted fountains in critical need of repairs. On June 9th, the foundation hosted the very successful Kansas City Festival of Fountains. The event was a huge success with more than 3,000 attendees enjoying activities, entertainment, food, and free trolley tours of the fountains. This event also included the City of Fountains Bicycle Tour, which is an annual tour of historical fountains and landmarks of Kansas City, Missouri. It is estimated that $5,000 was raised from the festival to support our beautiful fountains. Since the initial kickoff of the Wish Upon a Fountain campaign, the foundation has raised approximately $1 million. Columbia Parks and Recreation has a number of vital partnerships with youth athletic associations in our community and relies on these partnerships for department, program, and facility support. The department's partnership with the Columbia Youth Football League celebrated its 40th anniversary in 2013. The Columbia Youth Football League has been a key athletic partner for the city for many years and has contributed to the department through use of the facilities, assistance with the successful renewal of the 1/8 cent park sales tax, and through monetary contributions for facility and park improvements. CYFL has worked tirelessly to grow the sport of youth football in Columbia and now offers football on a number of different playing levels to over 800 youths in the city of Columbia. Their program brings practices, league games, and tournaments to the department's largest park facility, Columbia Cosmopolitan Recreation Area. Their commitment to youth sports and strong partnership with the Parks and Recreation Department are instrumental to our success with athletic programs. The Columbia Youth Football League was a key athletic association for our department during the renewal of the park sales tax in 2010. Their support of the ballot issue and assistance to educate their teams and parents was vital support for the passing of the tax. CYFL has assisted the department with numerous donations to assist park projects. Over the past 5 years, the association has purchased 4 scoreboards for football fields, contributed $20,000 toward the construction of a new shelter/concession stand, and donated $3,000 toward irrigation installation on 2 athletic fields. Additionally, they have pledged $12,000 for field improvements on 3 more athletic fields in Cosmo Park in 2014. Their support is instrumental to the success of our athletic facilities, and they have proved to be a loyal supporter of Columbia Parks and Recreation. The Missouri Park and Recreation Association is pleased to honor City Utilities of Springfield with its 2014 MPRA Citation Award. For many years, City Utilities has demonstrated strong local support for parks, recreation, and outdoor efforts for the Springfield-Greene County area. Over time, this support has included direct assistance with power supply needs for historic park facilities offered through the Springfield-Greene County Park Board, as well as direct financial support for regional trail and linear park development as promoted through the Ozark Greenways organization. City Utilities has also historically managed its Fellow Lake and McDaniel Lake reservoirs to allow for a multitude of public recreational access opportunities as well. More recently, City Utilities has worked closely with the Springfield-Greene County Park Board to enter into long-term agreements for enhanced parks and recreation utilization of its properties. 3 of the Park Board's most recent park developments are in fact located on City Utilities' owned land, including Lake Springfield Park, Valley Water Mill Park, and Dan Kinney Park, featuring the state-of-the-art Dan Kinney Family Center. This community-minded approach on behalf of City Utilities has enabled Springfield Park patrons and visitors alike to realize many additional outdoor recreation activities and amenities, including fishing, boating, trail hiking, bird watching, pavilion use, family gatherings, and outdoor interpretation. Many thanks go to the City Utilities Board of Directors, current CU General Manager Scott Miller, as well as former CU General Managers Robert Roundtree and John Twitty on their willingness throughout the years to not only visualize, but actively support the Parks and Recreation bottom line for the Springfield community. Jan Hoffman was first elected as a Board of Aldermen for the city of Sunset Hills in 1991, and she has been an influential part of the board for the past 23 years. However, her service to the Parks Department goes even beyond her board position. Jan had an important impact with the construction of the first pool within the city back in 1989. Once the pool was constructed, she served on the Pool Advisory Committee, which was a subcommittee of the Parks and Recreation Commission that provided advisory assistance for all pool matters. She later joined the Parks and Recreation Commission in 1990 and has served on this commission for the past 24 years. She has been instrumental with the construction of our new community center and now our very own aquatic facility, which is on the same site of our old pool facility. Jan has been involved with numerous programs offered through the city, including the annual Easter egg hunt, which attracts approximately 500 to 700 kids a year, the annual Halloween Hayride event, which is one of our most anticipated events, as well as other exciting events at the aquatic facility. Jan also serves on the Claire Gemp Davidson Memorial Conservation Commission. This is a unique partnership between the Missouri Department of Conservation and the Lindbergh School District, which oversees a 13.5-acre parcel utilized for education and passive use for the city. She has been active with this commission since it started approximately 12 years ago, and she has also served on numerous subcommittees, including the Master Plan Steering Committee and the Dog Park Committee. Jan's outside interests include her 3 children and 5 grandchildren. She loves to travel and explore the outdoors. Jan is a great attribute for the city of Sunset Hills. It was quickly evident, soon after he was hired to work for Columbia Parks and Recreation, that Gabe Huffington would be a rising star in the parks and recreation profession. He began his career working in the private sector as an assistant golf course superintendent, rising to golf course superintendent in just over a year. 2 years later, he was hired by Columbia Parks and Recreation as the golf and sports turf supervisor, overseeing the maintenance management of 2 golf courses and 49 sports fields. Gabe demonstrated his leadership ability in this role by leading his staff in accomplishing many improvements to the golf courses and athletic field complexes, such as new tee construction, drainage and infrastructure improvements, clubhouse renovations, adding irrigation to sports fields, and converting infields to ag line to reduce rainouts. He has served as the president and treasurer of the Missouri Turf Grass and Ornamental Council and received the MPRA Natural Resource Section Outstanding Young Professional Award in 2011. He also obtained his Aquatic Facility Operator certification to prepare himself for greater responsibilities. After working 4 years for the department, he was promoted to Park Services Manager. He now oversees a $6 million operating budget, $2.5 million capital improvement program, and 47 full-time employees, along with 50 to 60 seasonal employees. And just recently, he obtained his certification as a Parks and Recreation professional. To set the example, Gabe makes sure he is an active participant in community meetings, parks and recreation events, and other after-hours activities. He recently signed up as a participant to support the department's first 7K winter run. Starting in 2013, Gabe became an adjunct professor at the University of Missouri, teaching the park management class. He has mentored and provided employment for interns. His popularity as an instructor prompted an invitation to teach other parks and recreation classes. However, what makes him worthy of this award is his dedication to MPRA and the parks and recreation profession, and full support of the agency's goals, missions, and values. After joining the Columbia Parks and Recreation team, he quickly became involved in MPRA by hosting several park maintenance and golf sports turf workshops and submitting articles for the MPRA magazine. He has served as the Northeast Region Director at Large and is currently serving as the MPRA Region 2 Director. During his term as Region 2 Director, he developed a new media and marketing mini-conference and initiated working the concession stand at MU basketball games as fundraisers for MPRA. Organizing the MU concession work entailed making the appropriate arrangements with MU, determining schedule of games for the region commitment, organizing the volunteers needed, arranging carpooling, and accepting the responsibility of inventory and money management. This has set a precedent that MPRA has chosen to promote to other regions as an effective fundraising avenue. As Region Director, he has also worked to make the region meetings more informative and interesting to draw participants. For example, Region 2 meeting attendees have learned about the rising sport of pickleball, the new Affordable Health Care Act, how to play bocce ball, and toured Mexico's remodeled YMCA, just to name a few. An email from a Jefferson City staff member aptly describes Gabe's leadership and active role in MPRA. He has been the best MPRA Region Director we have ever had. Even as a member, he stepped up and took charge. He makes sure he reaches the goals we set, sometimes going above and beyond. He's always pleasant and fun to talk to, and always takes the time to listen and help others out. Angie Tobin has been with the Jefferson City Parks and Recreation Department since 1997. She started as a customer service representative and then was administrative assistant for the department before being promoted to recreation program supervisor in August 1999. Angie's current responsibilities include organizing youth and adult volleyball, youth football, t-ball and coach pitch, high school hoops, the local Hershey track and field meet, local and sectional pitch, hit and run competitions, the candy cane hunt, and operating ball field concessions. In addition to these recreational program duties, she's also responsible for the publication of the biannual program guide, website development and maintenance, and other social media. She has also been instrumental and one of the main leaders in establishing the Jefferson City Friends of the Park Did You Know campaign, including a monthly e-newsletter. Angie does her job with enthusiasm and is always willing to do more. Listening to the citizens and providing them with services and programs they ask for is not unusual for Angie. Although it means more work for her, she is always willing to try new programs. Over the years, Angie has taken the initiative to start several new programs, including youth volleyball, which continues to grow each year, youth sports day camp, the candy cane hunt, which was recognized and awarded the MPRA Musco Give Back Award in 2009, the Start Smart programs, baseball, soccer, basketball, football, and golf, and NFL flag football for kindergarten through 4th grade. Most recently, Angie heard about pickleball. After doing some research and attending a couple different presentations on the sport, she is now in the process of starting that program in Jefferson City. As we all know, dealing with patrons can be trying at times, but Angie has developed a good rapport with the parents, coaches, and youth in the community. Besides dealing with parents and coaches, Angie is faced with the challenge of finding facilities for all of her indoor programs. Without indoor facilities of her own, Angie has to work closely with the local schools and churches to get gym space whenever it is available, working around everyone else's schedules. Angie is dedicated and passionate about MPRA and Parks and Recreation. She has been active in MPRA, serving as a board member at large from 2009 to 2011. She was elected the sports section's first president-elect in 2010, and then served as the sports section president in 2011 and 2012. She is currently the Professional Certification Board Chair and has been the Region 2 Education Chair since 2010. She hosted 2 successful Glow Golf tournaments, providing funds for the sports section, has presented sessions at MPRA conferences on many different sports topics, has served as Conference Social Chair, and has helped plan and organize several Region 2 mini conferences. She was the NFL Punt, Pass, and Kick Regional Coordinator and is currently the Pitch, Hit, and Run Regional Coordinator. And she has also received the Outstanding Local Hershey Coordinator Award in 2001. She's also been active in the National Alliance for Youth Sports, serving on their task force for several years. In addition to these accolades, Angie received the City of Jefferson Outstanding Service Award in 2008. Never satisfied with the normal position requirements, Angie has successfully attained and maintained certification as a certified Parks and Recreation professional, a certified youth sports administrator through the National Alliance for Youth Sports, a certified NYSCA clinician, and a CPR AED first aid instructor through the American Red Cross. And Angie does all this while raising a very active family of 4, ranging in age from 6 to 18. Service is defined as an act of helpful activity or the act of aiding someone or something in an endeavor. Service can also be defined by this year's Missouri Parks and Recreation Association Fellow Award recipient. For the past 25 years, this remarkable individual has given tirelessly of herself to provide service for charitable organizations and individuals alike. She has assisted her community through leadership in Aquinas International, the Pattonville Education Foundation, Missouri Western Alumni Association, her local church, and many other service organizations, too numerous to list. She has also served MPRA diligently for 20 plus years. During her career, she has held the positions of President, Treasurer, Legislative and Critical Issues Chair, Finance Committee Chair, Boards and Commissions Chair, NRPA Great Lakes Regional Council, Building Committee Member, Conference Committee Member, Fundraising and Sponsorship Chair, Design School Chair, Partnerships and Alliances Chair, Hall of Fame Selection Committee member, and much more. For the past 27 years, she has been an employee of the city of Maryland Heights. At Maryland Heights, she's been the director of the Parks and Recreation Department since April of 1998. Prior to this, she held the position of Superintendent of Recreation for 5.5 years. Before that, she led the city residents in leisure time activities as the first recreation supervisor for the department. When she was hired by the city in 1987, the department was nothing more than herself, a department head in a church basement. Since that time, she has developed an organization that is highly motivated and capable of accomplishing many things. In the last 27 years, she has grown her department into a 30-person team of professionals that are highly regarded in the region as trendsetters and leaders. She has skillfully spearheaded the development of a community center, a soccer complex, 4 new parks, a dog park, a new trail system, a senior citizen transportation program, and an award-winning aquatics facility. She is currently consumed by the work necessary to develop and construct a long-awaited, new $30 million state-of-the-art recreation center. During her tenure, the departmental budget has grown from $300,000 to well over $4 million. And more than anything, she has touched the lives of many, many patrons along the way. Through the years, she has received many recognitions and awards, including MPRA Associate Fellow Award, Maryland Heights Kiwanis President Award, Friend of the Foundation for Pattonville Education Award, Pride of Pattonville and Camp Wyman Advisory Board Award. Although she is always gracious, she takes these awards in stride and sees the achievements as just another opportunity to make a difference in her community. Anyone who has had the privilege of knowing this remarkable woman knows that there is absolutely nothing she won't do for a friend in need. No, not just for a friend, anyone in need. Her generosity of time, resources, and money is enviable at the least. She will literally give you the shirt off her back or the last dollar in her pocket. There have been many times she has allowed and encouraged her staff to organize acts of service with her blessings behind them. She's truly a humanitarian who stops at nothing to assist when there is a need. Service is the word she lives by. So without further ado, it is with great pleasure that I introduce to you this year's Fellow Award recipient. For years, she has been a great boss, a wonderful mentor, but most importantly, she has always been a giving friend.